Hey everybody, welcome to Icewater Yoga. My name is Joe. Today's class is a feel-good flow. And what I mean by that is we're not going to worry so much today about getting a workout or getting a deep stretch or get really anything intense out of the practice. But we're going to intensely take our time. We're going to flow through the whole body, really touch every part of the body in every way we can. And, hopefully you've allotted a little bit of time for this so we don't have to rush through, really pack it all in a short amount of time. We want to take our time. We're going to warm up the body slowly and then enjoy it as we flow through a bunch of different movements that won't require super intense focus, but enough focus to really experience the practice physically. So before we get going, I just want to talk about one quick thing. This is going to be designed to be a beginner class, but we're going to use a transition that's a little bit intermediate, and that's stepping through. So basically, to flow in this class, there's going to be a lot of transitions that go from downward facing dog to literally stepping one foot through, and that can be pretty hard if you haven't done it a lot. So when that does happen, I'll offer just stepping through, and just to make things a little bit quicker and easier, if you feel like you can't step 1 foot through without using momentum, then before we do that, take both knees to the mat first, and then step the appropriate foot forward. So that's going to be a lot easier, and you can still flow with that movement. You can take the knees to the mat nice and smoothly, then a foot forward, and then you're in your low lunge. We can take it from there. Okay, so that'll be, it's the only thing to keep in mind as we go through, but otherwise, just feel good. Okay, that's what this is all about. If you have a block handy, please sit on that, or anything that you feel comfortable sitting on. Take your time, find yourself in a comfortable place. We're just gonna breathe here to start, get ourselves in a nice balanced headspace. So any comfortable seat will do. You don't have to be sitting on anything, but something to elevate the hips is always going to be nice so that you don't have to worry so much about your hips as much. So sitting tall, bring your eyes to a close, hands to any comfortable position. And just easing into the practice with a little bit of simple breathing. So without any extra or special attention on the breath, just in general, just pay attention to how it feels naturally, not controlling it in any way. And noticing any sort of anxiety towards just trying to get the practice started. You just want to move, you just want to sweat, you just want to do stuff. Just observe that for right now. And without giving into that temptation, let your breath get a little bit deeper, and you have the option of slightly constricting the back of your throat like you were going to fog up a mirror. This will make your breath audible, and it will also lengthen out the inhales and exhales. And start to pay attention to the length of each inhale and exhale. Counting. Maybe up to 4, 5, 6 seconds for each inhale and exhale. Now let's try to control the lengths of our inhales and exhales. We'll count to 4 on our next inhale. Filling the lungs at the top, and then we'll count to 4 on the exhale. Again, keeping that rhythm, 4 seconds on the inhale, 3, 2, 1, and then exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 1. Exhale for 4, 1. A few more just like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, emptying the lungs. 2, 1. Hold at the bottom for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top for 4, 1. Exhale for 4. Hold at the bottom for 4. Inhale completely for 4. Hold at the top. Exhale. Hold at the bottom. Inhale. Hold at the top. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Last cycle here. Exhale. Hold. Inhale fully for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Shortening the inhale for 2, 1. Exhale for 2, 1. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. Last time here. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. Okay. Gently open your eyes, hopefully moving into a space of a little bit more calmness, a little bit more evenness. All right, we'll move into a tabletop position at the front of our space. Take your time. So with hands underneath shoulders and knees underneath hips, transitioning into a little bit more of a physical practice than our straight up breathing here, we'll start to align movement with breath. So knees underneath hips, hands underneath shoulders. From here, spin the biceps forward, press down through the inner edges of your hand. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your tailbone. Exhale, press the mat away, dome the upper back. Inhale up. Exhale, press it away. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up, fill your lungs, feel your belly descend. Exhale, press it away, let your belly contract as you exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one here. Inhale. Exhale. Stay in this cat pose, pressing the upper back towards the ceiling, spreading or protracting the shoulder blades. Keeping this upper back bend, draw your sit bones to your heel, so gently rock it back. Feel the stretch in the mid back, shift towards the low back. Broadening the shoulder blades, reaching forward with the hands. Let your sit bones draw towards your heels. Breathe deep here. Three more breaths. On your next inhale, rock it back to neutral. And then from here, just one cow pose, inhale. Exhale, press the mat away, dome the upper back. Back to neutral, we'll take the right shoulder to the right hip on an exhale. Inhale, center. Other side, left shoulder, left hip. Back to center. Exhale, right to right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left to left. And center. Last time, exhale, right to right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left to left. And center. From here, you can cross your legs in front of you and then just sit down, placing the hands right outside your hips. We're going to take reverse tabletop and we're going to keep straight knees from here. So a little bit of warming and opening for the shoulders and definitely the hamstrings as well. So we'll take it first to tabletop. So the knees will be over the heels, lifting the hips towards the ceiling, fingertips pointing towards your heels. And then from there, you can straighten your legs one at a time. Lifting through the hips, feel your back turn on, feel your shoulders opening, the front of the shoulder especially, and then feel the hamstrings engage as you hold yourself in this position, engaging your quads as well. Let's flow with this for a little bit so we can sit back down, bending the elbows, and then inhale, lift up. Exhale, sit. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last time here. Exhale, lower. Walk the feet in. We'll take reverse tabletop. So now the feet will be underneath the knees as you lift up and just breathe here. Fill your belly on your inhales. Feel your shoulder blades drawing towards one another and down your back. Last inhale here. Exhale, sit it down. We'll take a gentle and easy Batakonasana, bound angle pose. So you'll press the soles of the feet together. And if you feel like you need it, you can sit on a block. It'll elevate your hips. It'll make the forward tilt a little bit easier. Just press the soles of the feet together. Knees will come wide. Gently bring the weight forward, chest leading. Just feel the low back opening. This nice, easy forward fold, counterbalancing everything we just did. You can reach forward with the hands, again, pressing the feet together as your knees draw away from you. You can breathe deep into your inner thighs, let your low back open. Okay, gently walk the hands back in towards you. We'll swing the legs around and press it back into downward facing dog. Moving nice and easy, moving nice and slow. We're starting to, as you're probably noticing, starting to move into more physical poses as we go. But again, nothing is rushed and nothing is meant to be forced. So throughout this practice, keep that evenness of mind that we created in that breathing practice and continue to breathe deep in accordance with the practice here and with the flow. So just really easily here on this first downward facing dog, we're going to take a few nice hip lifts. So lift your hips high. Maybe lift the heels off the mat. Keeping the hips lifting high, descend your heels to the mat. A few more just like that. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, heels descend. Inhale, lift. Keep the tailbone lifting. As the tailbone lifts, you exhale, heels down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Changing the movements here. On an inhale, we'll rock forward to plank, nice and light. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Keep it smooth and easy. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward, lift your heels, shoulders over fingers. Exhale, heels descend, reaching through the shoulders. Inhale forward, heels lift. Exhale back, heels descend, hips lift. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Last one here. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Here's where that transition will come in handy. Inhale, bend your knees deeply, look forward. Exhale, step to the front of your space. Inhale for a light half lift. Exhale, fold with bent knees. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, smoothly float forward into a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise from the side, come to standing, maybe a little back bend. Exhale, forward fold, chest leading. Knees bent is a great idea. Inhale, half lift, knees bent or straight. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, arms from the sides, lift up, chest leading. Exhale, fold, chest leading again, long spine, knees bent. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, maybe a little back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise from the side, maybe a little back bend. Exhale, standing, arms by your sides, palms face forward. Inhale, rise, arms will lift, reach length into both sides of the body. Grab the left wrist with your right hand, palm of right hand facing the ceiling. Inhale, everything lifts tall. And then exhale, come over to the right. Inhale, back to center, switch the grip of your hands. And then exhale, over to the left, gently pulling on the right wrist. Back to center, inhale, switch the grip. Exhale, right. Inhale, center, switch the grip. Exhale, left. Inhale, center, fill the lungs, switch the grip. Exhale, right. Inhale, center, switch the grip. Exhale, left. Inhale, center, last time, switch the grip, fill your lungs. Exhale, right. Inhale, center, switch the grip. Exhale, left. Inhale, center, everything reaches tall. Exhale, forward fold. Knees bent. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot back, left knee down to the mat. Inhale, rise for low lunge. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot forward, and then step your right leg back. On an inhale, you'll drop your right knee to the mat. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, plant your hands. Step the right foot forward. And then the left foot steps back again. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, plant your hands, left foot forward. Right foot back. Exhaling the knee down. Inhaling the chest to lift, arms to rise. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your right foot forward. Left foot back this time, exhaling. Inhaling, arms will rise. Exhale, left hand down underneath left shoulder. Maybe tuck the toes, lift the left knee off the ground and twist it open to the right. Come out of the twist, left knee lowers. Back through low lunge, arms rise. Exhale, plant the hands, left foot forward to meet the right. Right foot back this time. Right knee down. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, plant your right hand underneath your right shoulder, come off the right knee, lift up and twist it open. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands down, right foot forward to meet the left. And then from here, left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, twist it over to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, plant hands, step the left foot forward to meet the right. Right foot back this time, come down to the right knee. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, twist it over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot forward. And stepping the left foot back this time, we're going to start flowing a little more. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, plant the hands forwards, right foot between them. Step the right foot back this time to plank. From here, we'll lower the knees straight down to the mat. Chest touches the mat between the hands. Chin in front of the chest, touching the mat. Inhale, scoop forward for cobra. Lighten the hands. Exhale, lower. Press it back. Downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here, just experiencing your body. A lot of movement going on, but hopefully really simple, really light. Not trying to dig deep into any part of any of these poses. From here, please bend your knees deeply. Transition as you'd like. We're stepping the right foot forward, or left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, plant the hands. Right foot meets the left. Step it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Arms overhead, maybe a gentle back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your right foot back. Right knee down to the mat. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot back to meet your right foot. From here, take a deep inhale. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. And then inhale, scoop forward. Exhale, lower, press it back, downward facing dog. Thinking about rotating the legs in towards one another. So it's an internal rotation of the legs at the hip, which will widen the stretch in your hamstring as you lift your tailbone high. Knees bent in this pose, always a good idea. From here on an inhale, bend your knees deeply. Exhale, right foot stepping forward, lower the left knee. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, plant hands, step the left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, chest leading, arms overhead. Gentle back bend, thinking sternum lifting. Exhale, arms by your sides. Bring the big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Inhale for chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step both feet back to plank. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, first upward facing dog. Lift the chest through the arms, spin the biceps forward, engage the quads. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Taking your time on an inhale, the right leg will lift. Exhale, right knee to nose, dome the upper back, create space, drop to the left knee, or step through. Inhale, rise, high lunge. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back to plank. Take your time, take a moment. Always the option to drop the knees to the floor, lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On an inhale, the left leg will rise, nice and slow. Exhale, left knee to nose, stepping through, left foot down between the hands. Inhale, rise, high lunge. Exhale, plant your hands, step the left foot back to meet the right, plank pose. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Recover, recuperate. Again, feel good flow. So never pushing through any walls here in this practice. Always the option to hit pause, stay in down dog, or take child's pose, which will just be dropping to the knees, knees wide on your mat, sit your hips back towards your heels. Always options to take rest there. Okay. Taking your time. On an inhale, the right leg will lift. Exhale, right knee to nose, stepping it through. Okay. From here, we're going to drop the back heel. So our front heel is in line with our back heel. And we'll just rise to warrior one. Simple movement. Arms can be lifted or hands at the hips. Breathing deep here. Pressing away through the outside edge of the left foot. Lifting through the chest. Maybe the arms come wide like field goal posts. Lifting the chest between them. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, plant your hands forward. Step it back straight to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to nose, stepping it through. Drop your back heel. We have heel to heel alignment, so we can rise. Lifting through the chest, again, pressing away through the outside edge of the right foot, left knee directly over the left ankle. Okay? Not in front, especially. Draw it back. Arms lifting or field goal posting. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, plant your hands forward. Step it back to downward facing dog. On an inhale, bend your knees deeply. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, big toes come to touch. Rise to chair. And then exhale, bring your hands to meet behind your back. Maybe interlace the fingers. Elbows bent. Now you can stay here. Lift through your chest before straightening your elbows. Feel the weight in your heels. From here, maybe the knuckles draw towards the mat, lifting through your chest and sternum. Feel your front shoulder opening, triceps engaging to really firm up the pose. Lift through your chest. Breathe here. On your next inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, gently forward fold. Now your elbows can still be bent, never feeling as though you're wrenching into your shoulders. Always an option to grab a strap and then hold the strap between your hands. Wherever you are, draw your knuckles away from you, down the length of your spine. Maybe gently lift them off the back. Release the grip of your hands. Hands come down to the mat with knees bent. Feet come wide on the mat. Sit down between your legs. Hands to heart center. Press the elbows into the inner thigh, lifting through your chest. Always an option to sit on a block here. Just feel the inner thigh stretching. Breathing deep. From here, we'll place the knees onto the mat, and then we'll square up with the side of our mat. We're going to take gate pose, known as Batakonasana. Okay, so the first step, we'll just stand up on our knees. Right leg will come out to the right. Point the toes away from you, and we'll take the left hand high, right hand to the hip. So now you're lifting tall through your chest, and then from here, we'll take it over to the right, lifting through the chest, mostly focused on the outside edge of our left side body. So lifting through the rib cage, breathing length into all of them. You have the option to take a block to the outside of your leg, lifting through the chest, pressing away on that block. So now you have support, lifting and breathing into the left rib cage. You might even feel this down in your hip flexor if you're pressing away through the left leg enough. Side flexion for the spine. Keep the ear away from the right shoulder, reaching length into the left hand. Pull yourself out of the pose, and then we'll bring the right knee in, left leg out. We'll take the block, if you were using it, outside the left leg, foot to the ground. Okay. And if you don't feel comfortable straightening the leg out to your side like that, to keep a bent knee, hand can come to the leg or the block outside of the leg, and then you'll reach it up this way. Okay, if you want the straight leg, it'll bring you a little deeper into the pose. That's always fun, but not necessary. So thinking about breathing into your right lung. So that right lung filling with air, spreading all of your rib muscles, your intercostal muscles, with each breath. Last breath here. Pull yourself back out of the pose. Remove your block, and then we'll take the knees underneath the body, standing on the knees. Hands come down to the mat. We'll step both feet wide, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. So the toes are facing forward. Hands can be at blocks. The key in this pose is keeping the sternum, the center of the chest, lifting up and forward. So keep that going. Hands to the floor or blocks. Breathing length into the pose, drawing the sit bones back and this chest plate, the center of the chest, up and forward. If your hands reach blocks, awesome. If your hands reach the floor, awesome. Either way. Breathing into the hamstrings, just let it feel good. Nice. From here, we're going to bring a bend into the right knee. So we'll bring a little bit of a stretch into the inseam of the left leg. Hands can be down, or you can have the hands to the hips, lowering down this way. Coming back through center, come to the other side. And then switch, sliding it over to the right, sliding it over to the left. Maybe coming all the way down into a ninja squat. Lower the hips, toes face up. Coming back through center. Toes face up on the other side, stretching the inseams of the legs. You don't have to come down that far. Find the place where it feels good for you, controlling the movements. That's actually a pretty big stretch. So really cool to just stay here. Come back through center. Come here. Okay. And again, optional, lowering, center, lowering, center. From here, we'll face the toes forward, straighten the knees. One last lift and forward fold. So lift to the chest. Take that length forward. Hands to the floor. From here, plant your right hand underneath your chest, directly center. Left hand comes out to the left and twist it open. Keep the right hip lifting and in line with your left hip. Lengthening back through your tailbone and forward through the crown of your head. So you have a long spine, and then you're twisting as much as feels positive and productive for your body. Left hand down, right hand up. Again, keeping the weight even in the feet, so you're shifting the hips left so that they stay in line with each other. That might take you out of the twist, which is okay. You can have your right hand to your right hip and just gently turn the chest open to the right for 2. And 1. Right hand down, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing, arms overhead. And then from here, arms will come wide, face the right toes out to the right. Left foot is still squared off. Now we have the front heel in line with the middle of our back foot. Draw the left hip back. Okay, so now we have the inseams of our legs open from those transitions. Take a little bit of a triangle pose here. So hips are back, right hand up and forward. So we have length in both sides of the body. Lengthen up here. Right hand will drop inside the right leg. Left hand will rise or stay on the left hip. So we have triangle pose here. Oftentimes what you'll see is people start to try to drop that hand to the floor. This left hip will come with you, and that's really defeating the purpose of the pose. It takes it more into the hamstring as opposed to the inseam of the leg. We want to keep this inseam opening. So keep the chest lifting up and forward. Right hand doesn't have to touch anything. Maybe it's on a block, but keep the left side of your body engaged, the right side of your body long. For 3, 2, 1. We'll lift up out of the pose. We'll switch the positioning of our feet. Left toes facing forward, right foot squared off, left heel in line with the middle arch of our back foot. Right hip back, left hand up and forward. So we have this upward angle here. Left hand will drop inside the left leg, hand maybe to a block. You'll notice both sides of my body are long. Now I take the right hand high. Just making sure you're not pressing the left hand against the knee. That's not a great idea. Left hand can be on the quad though if you'd like. For 3, 2. Pull yourself out of the pose. We'll switch sides again. This time we have heel to heel alignment. So your right foot might come out a little bit wider, and then the right hand will come to the right hip crease. So right where your hip folds, pull that back. Now our hips are square with the front of the mat. Inhale, left arm tall, and then exhale, hinge at the hips forward as you draw your right hip back. So this right hamstring will get a lot of opening. Maybe both hands to the hips. Lift up through your chest. Don't feel like you need to come forward any more than it feels good for your right hamstring. Lifting forward and up with the sternum, the center of your chest. This is a pyramid pose, modified. You can actually, if you're feeling pretty open in your hamstrings, you can continue to draw the chest forward and then take forward flexion of the spine to place the hands on the mat, lifting through your chest. Okay, this is the furthest we're going to go today. So don't even have to come here if you don't want. Again, hands can be at the hips. Keep the right hip drawing back as you draw your chest forward. For 2. 1, lift up through center. Switching sides. So now the left foot is wide. Right foot, again, also wide. Heel to heel alignment or wider. Left hand to left hip crease. Draw it back. Right hand will rise. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen forward. Maybe right hand to right hip. Pulling back on your left hip gently with your left hand. Feel the stretch in left hamstring. Always option to take hands to blocks or something that's going to support your weight, or take the chest forward, forward flexion of the spine as we take it over the left leg. Continuing to press down through the inner edge of the left foot, lifting the sternum forward, left hip draws back. Feel the internal rotation of the left leg as the stretch in your left hamstring widens laterally. Again, option to have hands on hips wherever you are. Breathe for 2. And 1, lift up through center. Toes facing forward. We'll actually face the toes out away from one another, and we're just going to lower into a horse pose. Inhale. Exhale, stand. Nothing crazy, just feel the strength of the legs, openness of the inner thighs. Inhale. Exhale, straighten. Just finding that point where you just start to feel the stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last 2, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Very nice. Take both feet to the front of your space, and then we'll just take a nice light forward fold. Knees can still be bent, that's all good. All right. From here, we're going to take a half lift. And we'll hold it, which isn't a common move. So we're going to take the hands up the legs, inhale the chest up and forward. So now we're shifting the weight of the chest up and forward, again, drawing the sit bones back. More hamstring stretching here. So lifting through the chest, feel the shoulder blades draw towards one another, and then we're holding here. If you feel anything in the low back, bend the knees. You'll feel a lot of relief there. So we don't want to be hanging out in the low back. We want to feel this mostly in the hamstrings, supporting our weight while simultaneously stretching in the hamstrings. Breathing deep for 3, 2. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. From here, inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back to plank pose. From here, rock it halfway back to your downward facing dog, and then take the knees to the mat, forearms to the mat. From here, we're gonna step both feet back. Now we're in a forearm plank, and we're just gonna flow here. So drop the knees, drop the thighs, drop the hips, lift the chest through the arms for Sphinx pose, pulling the elbows energetically back towards you. And then on an inhale, rock the weight back, lift the belly, the thighs, the knees, forearm plank, and then right back into it. Inhale, knees lower, thighs, hips, belly, lift through. Exhale, rolling it back, belly, hips, thighs, knees, lower knees, thighs, hips, belly, lift through. Exhale, lifting belly, hips, thighs, knees. Last two here, lower knees, thighs, hips, chest through. Exhale, belly lifts, hips, knees, press up. Last one here, lower knees, thighs, hips, belly. And then from here, we're gonna take the hands forward and then gently lower all the way to the mat. Hands now come underneath the elbows, lift through the chest, cobra pose. Exhale, lower. Minimal weight in the hands, inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Let's add a little weight in the hands. Inhale, press a little bit in the hands, lift the chest. Exhale, lower. Inhale up, press it up. Exhale, lower. Last one here. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Press it up through plank pose, and then back to downward facing dog. Pedal out the legs, stretch it out. From here on an inhale, the right leg will come high. Bend the knee, open the hip. Keep the shoulders in line with one another so you're not twisting way open. Keep the shoulders in line. Draw the right knee away from you. Feel a big stretch in the left hamstring, big opening in the hips. Back through center. Draw the right foot to the mat. Left leg will lift. Inhale. Bend the knee, open the hip. Extend left knee away from you as your right heel descends towards the mat. Breathing deep for 3, 2, 1. Back through center. Lower the left leg. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, right knee to nose, step it through. From here, we're gonna take a nice low lunge. So hands will be as wide as about your shoulders. And then from here, we're gonna take the hands inside the right leg, both hands. So now we have this low lizard lunge. We have the option to drop the left knee to the mat, option to keep the hands on blocks with left knee off the mat. And then from here, maybe forearms to mat. Finding whatever feels good for your body. Big stretch for the right hip. Let it feel pretty good. You can keep your right knee in towards your midline, so don't let your right knee poke out. Hold it in towards your midline, pressing into the forearms or the hands wherever you are. Really nice opening for the hip. From here, press it back up to your hands if you were on your forearms. From here, rotate your right foot out about 45 degrees. You'll draw your right knee away from you. So pressing the right knee away, keep your right toes flexing towards your right knee. Press away through your left shoulder. Opening up here to the right. Maybe draw your left heel towards you. Gently, if you can grab it, great. If not, great also. Let the hips ascend towards the mat as you gently pull your heel in towards your body. Nice big quad stretch here. We've been stretching the hamstrings a lot. This is a really nice counterbalance here for everything we've been doing in the hamstrings, letting the hips sink, letting the heel come closer to your body for 3, 2. Gently release that, hands to the mat, toes face forward, step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to nose. Low lunge, hands will come inside the left leg, lower the right knee to the mat. Untuck the toes. Forearms will come to the mat if possible. Otherwise, hands just planted firmly into the mat. Hands on blocks is a great option. Knee off the floor is also a great option. Okay, so this might get pretty intense. Just find a place where it feels good for your body. You just want to feel like you have a nice, light, easy opening here. So having my forearms on the mat here is a pretty deep forward fold for most bodies. Hands to the mat with knee lifted is going to be the most accessible, but you're also bringing a lot of strength and intensity into the arms. So just find a place where you can find a balance between that physical intensity in the arms and the stretch you're getting in your hips. Okay, so wherever you are, we'll drop the back knee to the mat. Hand can always go to a block with the right hand. Left toes face out at a 45-degree angle, gently pressing the left knee away. From here, gently bend your right knee. You can grab the right foot with the left hand, and then just lifting through the chest, let the hips descend. Right heel in towards your body, gently pulling it in, not forcing anything. The action of your left knee is drawing directly lateral, so you're pressing the left knee away from you, getting a nice left hip opener as you open your right quad. Gently release that. Remove the block if you were using one. Step it back to downward facing dog, please. Okay. From here, a few options. We'll take this downward facing dog as an inversion. So the heels are drawing towards the mat. Bear weight in the left hand more than the right hand. Feel the stableness in your left shoulder. If you're not feeling stable, don't do this. If you are feeling stable, right hand will lift off the mat. Grab the outside of your left knee. And then maybe draw that right hand down towards the ankle, all the way to the ankle if you can reach. So this is a forward fold, a twist, an inversion, an arm balance. A lot of things going on at once. So just breathe into it. Let the right shoulder descend to the mat. Come back where you came from. Right hand plants down, starts to bear weight. Left hand lifts, comes outside the right knee, and then maybe gently down the calf all the way towards your right ankle. So it's a gentle twist as your left shoulder draws towards the mat, firmly rooting into the right shoulder, right hand. Breath is deep, hips are even and in line with one another. Breathing into the back of the left rib cage. Back through center, left hand coming back where it came from. And then from here, we'll just drop to our knees. Take our hands to the low back as we stand up on our knees. And we're gonna take a few easy camel poses here. So with the hands gently pressing against the low back, draw the elbows towards one another. Your shoulder blades will also draw towards one another. And then without even thinking about back bending, lift the center of your chest up to the ceiling. Feel your chest opening. Feel the upper back bending. Gently breathing here. Lifting through the chest, sit back on your heels, maybe with the toes tucked under if you want a little toe stretch. We'll take the right arm underneath the left arm for a big bear hug. You always have the option to draw the back of the hands towards one another. Left elbow inside that right elbow crease, maybe double binding. Lifting through the elbows and then drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Little eagle pose here on the right side. Right arm under, left arm over. Shoulder blades drawing down the back and ideally away from each other as you lift the elbows up and forward. Big upper back opener. Gently release. We'll press it back up through camel pose. Hands to the low back. Inhale, lift through your sternum, draw the elbows back towards one another, shoulders spreading, collarbone wide open. Chin can be in towards the chest. Don't worry so much about dropping the head. Keep the tailbone drawing down as you lift through the chest. Gently lift up, sit back on the heels. This time it's left arm under, right arm over. Okay, so you're giving yourself a bear hug, doing exactly the same things we talked about. Shoulder blades down and away from each other as you lift your elbows up and away from you. Maybe the back of the hands come towards each other. Same actions in the shoulders and the hands and the elbows. Maybe you wrap, putting palms together, lifting through the elbows, drawing down through the shoulder blades, and then widening the shoulder blades apart. Steady the breath. Last breath here for 2. 1, gently release. From here, we're going to rock the feet in front of us, and we're going to take the legs out long in front of us. So a few options here. So what we'll do is take a nice, gentle, easy, long twist. Options with the legs. You can take the left heel in towards you. This is step 1. You can stay here. You have the option of taking this foot across the right leg if you'd like. Okay, so if you feel any pressure in the knee, or if one sit bone comes off the floor, then you come back to the previous option. From here, you can take this right foot underneath you. So now you have these sort of stacked legs, both feet planted against the mat, both sit bones planted against the mat. Any option with the legs, whatever we talked about. 2 options with the arms. The first one, you take the eye of the right elbow, place it in front of the left knee, left hand behind you, twist, or take the right elbow outside the left knee, lift through the chest, long spine, and then twist. So any option with the arms, any options with the legs. Making sure your breath stays deep, and you're just feeling out this pretty deep twist. So just making sure both sit bones are planted into the mat, you're lifting through the sternum, you're twisting in the middle and upper back. Last breath here. Gently release. And then from here, we'll take a counter twist coming the other way. So just twisting it over to the right. And then come back through center. We'll switch the legs. Either way, whatever you took on the first side may or may not be right for the second side. So again, here, here, or here with the legs. Here, or here with the arms. Lift through the chest. Draw it back, turning open to the right. Both sit bones firmly planted into the mat. Long and tall spine. Gently twist it open to the right, drawing the right shoulder back. On your next inhale, come back through center, counter twist it over to the left. Come back through center, both feet out in front of you, we'll roll it back onto our backs. 2 bridge poses, so our heels will be in towards our body, knees right over the ankles, and that's where they'll stay as we press the triceps into the mat, upper back into the mat, lift the hips. Again, knees over the heels. Don't let them splay out from one another, and then don't also press them together. Just keep them hovering right there. Easy, gentle back bend, pressing the triceps into the mat to support the pose, lifting through the hips. Just enjoying this space, lifting through the hips. Don't worry so much about the intensity of the pose. Think mostly about the nice, easy back bend, nice inversion in a way. Gently roll uppermost vertebrae down to the lowest, and then we'll take it back up again, lifting lowermost vertebrae up to the highest as you roll up to this nice bridge pose. Gently lower down, uppermost vertebrae to lowest. Cross the right ankle over your left knee. Draw your right knee away from you. And then gently draw your knees in towards you. Now this might be enough. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can flex the right toes towards your right knee, and wherever you are, please do that. Reach your right hand in between your legs. You can grab your left hamstring or your left shin, keeping the right toes flexed towards the right knee, shoulder blades planted against the mat. So we don't want to be hovering here in space. Wherever you are, shoulder blades are down. And if you can't reach your shin or hamstring with shoulder blades on the ground, then you just grab the outside of your left foot and the outside of your right knee and just support them with your hands. Not pulling or tugging, just gently supporting the pose. Shoulder blades planted into the mat. You can draw your right knee in towards you energetically with the strength of your right hip. You should feel a nice opening in the outside of your right hip. Gently release, right foot to the mat, left ankle across right knee, and then gently pull it in, holding the right foot and left knee, or reaching through, whatever feels best for you, taking the option that allows you to keep shoulder blades planted against the mat. Gently release it down. Take both soles of the feet down to the mat. And then you can bring the soles of your feet together, letting the knees splay out wide, palms at your sides, and face up. Deep breathing through the nose for the next 5 breaths. Extend both legs long out in front of you, heels a little bit wider than hips width. Let your feet flop open from one another. Let your shoulders relax. Let your jaw relax. Let your whole body just completely relax here. So just do a little scan up and down your body, noticing any muscular engagement, whether it's in your face, hands, shoulders, hips, legs, wherever you feel like there's any engagement or fidgeting. Just let that fade into stillness, let it fade into relaxation. Slowly bring your attention back to your breath, your awareness back to your body. In your own time, in your own way, gently roll it or take your time however you'd like, coming into a comfortable seated position. Ideally, same place we started the class from. So again, finding a comfortable seat, we'll take 5 deep breaths together. Hands with palms facing down or up, whatever feels best for you. And then from here, again, just 5 deep breaths, eyes closed, please. If it feels appropriate to you, you can bring your hands to heart center. Taking this moment to just honor your ability to practice yoga and take care of yourself. Okay. That's class for today. Thank you so much for your time and for your energy. Namaste.